Thank you for joining Stretch and Flow with Rashi. We hope you enjoy this class. Don't forget to subscribe.
Hey everyone, it's Rashi from Stretch and Flow. Hope you're all doing well today. I thought I'd record a 20 to 30 minute little short, really gentle flow. It's really nice to do this to wind down in the evening if you've had a busy day. It's nice to do it also when you wake up in the morning. And it's also nice to do it if you're feeling like you just need to pause in your day, if the mind is full and the thoughts are rushing through and you just need to take a pause, recalibrate and then get on with your day. Even though it's roughly about 20 to 30 minutes, you can do as much of it or as little of it. It's great to do in the morning and evening just because it gives the whole body a nice stretch, but in a really gentle and calm way. And as we practice today, I'd love you just to be mindful of being gentle with yourself, giving yourself a bit of self-care and a bit of self-love, and breathing a little slower and a little deeper, just almost like your breath, they're like little love notes to your body. So let's come seated. If you're doing it waking up, you might even be able to do some of it on a bed, but be mindful that you don't have the support of solid ground. So coming to seated posture, let's just start with our breath. So sometimes during the day, if it's a challenging day, or if you've woken up feeling a little tense, the breath can be a bit shallow, a little bit fast. So it's really good just to ground ourselves just with our breath. If it's not comfortable to shut the eyes down, take a little gaze in front of you. Notice which parts of your body perhaps are a little tense, and then consciously make an effort to soften those parts. So everything is gentle and soft as we practice. Let's start with our breath. Inhaling in, notice the air rushing in through the nostrils. Exhaling out, either through the nostrils or a little parting of the lips. Let the air rush out through the lips or nostrils. And just keep going like that. Try and make the inhale perhaps the same length as the exhale. So if counting helps, you can count for an inhale of 1, 2, 3. And then exhale for 1, 2, 3. Just making it nice and smooth, steady. Just creating that balance, that equanimity. Equal breathing, sometimes known as samavriti in the Sanskrit. A breath that's just easy, not too difficult. And just do a few more of those equal breaths, making the count longer if you feel to. Just simply noticing how the mind is feeling, noticing how the body's feeling. Allowing yourself just to give yourself a little bit of compassion and grace and a little bit of care. If the eyes are shut, just gently open them. Keep the gaze focused at a point ahead of you, widen through the collarbones. On the inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. On the exhale, drop the head to one side. Inhale, coming back through to center. As you exhale, over to the other side. On the breath in, lift up. On the breath out, tuck the chin into the chest. Drop the gaze down. Feel the stretch at the back of the neck. On the inhale, you're rising up again. As long as there's no healing in the neck, drop the head back. Feel the stretch at the front, the chin area and the jaw. Inhale, come back through to center. Rotate the right shoulder in one direction. Just noticing any tension there. Giving a little stretch, a little love with your breath. And then the other side, rotating it. And then when you're ready, do both shoulders. So inhale, the shoulders come to the ears. As you exhale, taking a rotation. A couple more like that. And then flip the rotation the other way. So inhaling again as the shoulders come to the ears, and as you exhale, rotating them round. And then let the shoulders just settle down on top of the back. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. A big letting go sigh out the mouth. Drop the left hand down by your side. Breathe the right arm up. As you exhale, sweep it over to the left. Doing a couple more like that. Breathing in, the arm sweeps up. The gaze can go up to the top thumb for that extra neck stretch. As you exhale, over to the left. Breathing in and letting the breath go. Inhale, that right arm comes up, the left arm comes to meet it. Take a big breath in. Press the palms firmly together. Keep the elbows nice and wide as you bring everything to your heart space. You'll feel the arm muscles start to switch on. Float the arms out to the side, peel the shoulders back, and then reaching all the way up. As you exhale, all the way down to your heart space, elbows wide. Let's do one more. Breathing in, reaching up, take the stretch. And as you breathe out, bringing it all the way down to your heart space. Take a pause, shut the eyes or gaze at one spot. Take a moment again to focus on your breath. And whether you're doing this as you wake up, as you wind down of an evening, or at some point during the day, you're deciding to reset. Perhaps choose a quality that when you step off the mat, that's what you want to portray. You might not be feeling it right now, but a quality that you aspire to be when you go back into your day, or you put your head down to rest, or you get into your day if you're doing this in the morning. And then with the next breath in and breath out, just absorb that quality into your being. Take one more breath here, opening the eyes. On the breath in, reach the arms all the way up. On the breath out, drop the left hand in front, the right hand behind. Lengthen first on the inhale, and as you exhale, turn and twist over that right shoulder. Breathing in to lengthen. As you breathe out, taking a twist a little deeper, stimulating that digestive system. Everything comes back round to center. Reach the arms up, and let's open the heart by pulling the arms further back. And as you exhale, take the twist on the other side. Right hand in front, left hand behind. Lengthening first, and then turn and gaze over that left shoulder. Breathing in to lengthen, and breathing out to twist, keeping everything gentle. Bring everything all the way back. Drop the arms up first, and then drop them all the way down, using your own body resistance. Let the fingertips land beside you, and then on the breath in, floating up, feeling that extension in the spine. As you exhale, your own body resistance, palms pushing all the way down. Release the right foot. So we're bending the knee and just cradling the foot, almost like you're cradling a baby. Showing that leg a little bit of gentleness, a little bit of compassion. Sometimes when we feel we've got no time to relax or show ourselves a little bit of self-care, that's exactly the time we need to do it. You can either loop the hand under the leg or just hold the knee and just give it a gentle rock. Just starting to open up and stretch that hip flexor a little, but just again, keeping everything nice and gentle. Let your breath be a little softer. One more breath. And then we're bringing the knee in towards you. Keep integrity in your spine. So if you need something behind you to keep you upright, maybe a bolster or a cushion, do that. Hold the sole of the right foot, widen through the collarbones, flare the elbows out. Take a breath in, push the knee towards you, and on the breath out, we're just straightening the legs. So it might not be straight. As long as you're feeling a stretch, that's enough. Keep upright in the spine, keep the breath flowing. As the foot pushes against the palm, let the palm push back so there's a counter resistance and you're feeling a stretch. On the inhale, lift up a little taller. On the exhale, flare the elbows out. Drop the crown of the head to the knee. You'll feel the stretch just deepen. With each inhale, that subtle lengthening. With each exhale, floating down a little bit more. One more breath here. And then gently just guiding the leg back in. Let's take it straight on the other side. So sitting up nice and tall. This time we're cradling the left foot, either holding the knee or perhaps looping the hand underneath the calf if that feels better for you. You decide. And then gently, almost like you're just gently coaxing the left hip just to open. You might even want to make some circular motion. Keep that breath flowing. Keep the facial features nice and relaxed. And just show a little kindness and grace to yourself. One more breath here. And then turning the knee in to face you. We're holding that left foot with the palms, pushing the knee into the chest first. And as you exhale, stretching out the leg, you might notice a difference on this side. Often we're more flexible on one side than the other. Take a breath in, lengthen through the crown of the head. As you breathe out, flaring the elbows, bringing that nose to the knee. Doesn't have to touch as long as you're feeling a stretch. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, perhaps coming a little bit further down. One more breath here. And then gently guiding the knee back in. Either coming back into cross-legged posture or whichever posture feels good for you. Just take a gentle rock of the hips from side to side, perhaps just to realign. And then letting the sit bones just settle down. Widen through the collarbones. Bring the arms in front, just at shoulder height. Place right arm over left. And then coming into eagle arms. If that's too intense for you, opposite palms to opposite shoulders, or even sailor arms. On the breath in, the arms come up and over the head, so we're working on the shoulders. On the breath out, a rounding of the back, and the fingertips either touch the mat or as low as they come down. Breathing in, you're reaching up and over. And as you breathe out, scooping the belly in as you round and come down. One more. Inhale to reach up and over. As you exhale, coming down. On the breath in, the arms reach up, release the arms from the stretch. And as you exhale, make a prayer to your heart space first. Take another breath in, lengthen, and as you breathe out, over to the right for a twist. Taking it as gentle or as deep as you want. You can gaze over the right shoulder for a little extra neck stretch, or just keep the gaze neutral. One more breath here. Bring everything back round to center. Float the arms up first. Take a big breath in, and then palms facing down, reaching in front of you. Soften through the shoulders. This time the left arm comes over the right. Eagle arms or opposite palms to opposite shoulders or sailor arms. Inhale, you rise up, pulling the arms over the head. As you exhale, you're rounding down again. Inhale, reaching all the way up and over. Exhale, rounding down. One more. Breathing in and let the breath go. Inhale, the arms reach up. Release the arms from the stretch, perhaps a gentle back bend here, and then make a prayer at your heart space. Take another breath in, ground with the sit bones, but lift up through the crown of the head. And as you breathe out, we're twisting over to the left. Again, taking it as deep or as gentle as you want. Inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, twisting a little bit more. Everything comes round to the front. Drop the hands in front of you, or whichever transition is good, you come on to all fours position. Knees hip width distance, palms shoulder width distance. Push the waist back on the breath in as you gaze up. And on the breath out, rounding and arching. Let's do a couple more like that. Breathing in, the waist goes back as the gaze goes up. And as you breathe out, rippling the spine up, rounding and arching. One more. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Coming back to a neutral spine. Extend the right leg behind you, push out through the sole of the right foot, engage the core and bring the left arm in forward. Just at shoulder height, the arms at shoulder height, the legs at hip height, pushing out through the sole of that right foot. You can either stay here, if you feel that your legs need a bit of a stretch, reach back, either connect with the foot or make the action. Pull the foot towards you, peel that left shoulder open. Try not to dump in that bottom wrist, so imagine pushing the mat away with that bottom palm. Take a breath in, let the breath go. Come back to extension first, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, everything lands down on the mat. Come onto the finger mounds and walk them to the edges of the mat. Let's stretch the spine a little bit more as you come into puppy pose. Chest drops down, hips up towards the ceiling. Take that pause in your day. Wherever you're at in your day, whether it's during the evening as you wind down, whether it's in the morning as you've woken up, or during a part of the day, morning, afternoon or evening. Sometimes taking a moment just to pause, to breathe, to move a little, can just calm our mind and bring a little bit more clarity, a little bit more focus. One more breath. Let's gently walk the hands all the way back up, coming onto all fours, taking another cat-cow curl here, a breath in, the waist goes back as the gaze goes up. And as you breathe out, rounding and arching. Back to a neutral spine. The left leg extends behind you. Take a big breath in. Engage the core, get steady first, and then if you want to balance, bring the right arm forward. Keeping the gaze low, there's no straining in the neck. The right fingertips pull forward, the left sole of the foot pushes back, and you push out of that left palm so you're not dumping into the wrist. You're either staying here or reaching back for the foot, connecting or just making the action. If you connect with the foot, pull it towards you and peel the right shoulder open. Keep that breath flowing. One more breath. Coming back to extension first, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, everything drops down onto the mat. This time, dig the toes in, walk the finger mounds back towards the knees. On the breath in, reaching all the way up with the arm. And on the breath out, right palm towards right heel. If you can reach, give it a little tap. Otherwise, just as far as you go. Inhale to come up. Exhale, the other side. Inhale to reach up, nice and slow. One more on each side. Exhale to take the stretch. Breathing in, you're reaching up. And then let the breath go. Inhale, you reach up again. As you exhale, taking a swan dive down to your mat. Land the palms down. Take another cat-cow curl here. Breathing in and letting the breath go. Coming back to a neutral spine. When you're ready, the right leg extends behind you. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, swing it to the outer edge of that right palm. Lengthen through that back leg. And then just take some organic movements, either rocking from side to side, backwards and forwards. If stillness is what you need, then just remain still and feel the stretch. Come onto the side of the foot. Just doing what feels right for your body. Some of you may want to drop down onto your forearms or use a bolster or a cushion to come down a little bit lower. Take a moment to feel what's nourishing for you. Often our hips can store a lot of emotions that we haven't dealt with. And that can bring tightness into our muscles and joints. So together with a slower, longer breath, perhaps a calmer mind, we may start to release those emotions. Notice how you're feeling. Notice the breath. Taking one more breath here. And then we're pressing into the left hand or the left forearm if the forearms are on the ground. The right arm reaches up and we take a gentle twist at the waist. Gaze can be at the top thumb or just keep the gaze down. Whichever posture is suitable for your neck. Reach up nice and tall, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, drop the hand back down, walking the hands all the way over to the left, so much so that you can just scoot that right knee back. And then bringing the hands back in front of you. Settle down onto all fours again. And let's take a cat-cow here. Breathing in and letting the breath go. Coming back to a neutral spine. When you're ready, that left leg extends behind you. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, bring it to the outer edge of the left palm. Letting it land down, scooting that right knee back a little if you're wanting a little bit more hips. And then again, just opening this side of the body. Perhaps being curious if this side feels a little bit more tender. If it does, then treat it with a little bit more compassion and care. Drop down onto your forearms, rock onto the side of the foot. Bring stillness or movement according to what your body needs. Check in with your breath. Can it be a little longer, a little smoother, a little deeper? Check in with your parts of the body that might be feeling tension. Even the skin around the eyes and the mouth, the jawline. Gentleness, compassion and care. Sometimes we need to just stop and pause in parts of our day just to offer ourselves that, especially if it's a challenging, a tough day, a busy day. Find those little pockets. It doesn't have to be a 30-minute practice. It can simply be just stepping out, taking those equal breaths for 1 to 2 minutes just to reset. Take one more breath here, this time pressing to the right hand. The left arm releases up for a gentle twist. The gaze can be at that top thumb or just keep the gaze down low. Push the mat away with the bottom palm. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, the hand lands back down. You're walking the hands over to the right so you can scoot that left knee back. Coming back onto all fours again, make the adjustments as you need to. Digging the toes in, pushing out through the arches of the feet as you come onto your finger mounds. Walking the hands back to the knees. On the breath in, reaching all the way up. As you reach up, interlace the thumbs. Take a gentle back bend. On the breath out, sinking down as you sweep the hands to the right and let your eye gaze follow your fingertips. Inhale, you're reaching all the way up and over. As you exhale, over to the other side. One more on each side. Breathing in to reach up and over, perhaps a deeper back bend as you breathe out, perhaps coming down and twisting a little bit more as the palms float to the right. Inhale to reach up and over. And as you exhale, over to the other side. Inhale to reach up. As you exhale, a swan dive down to your mat, let the fingertips land and walk into puppy pose, making it a little bit more active. So staying on the finger mounds, digging the toes in, dropping the chest down and then creeping those finger mounds out perhaps a little bit further, pushing the chest down a little bit more as the hips come up towards the ceiling, softening the back of the neck. One more breath. And then gently walking everything back. Taking your final cat-cow curl here, a breath in and a breath out. Swing the ankles to your side, come onto your sit bones, and then just allow yourself to drop down onto the mat. Bring the knees in with you, guiding them with your palms just in a circle one way and then the other way. And then squeeze them into your chest. Feel that little pull in the lower back, just releasing any tension. One more breath here. And if you have a block or a bolster or even a cushion, if you don't have any bolsters or blocks at home, we're placing the block just underneath the sit bones and extending the legs up, like a supported shoulder stand. Let the shoulders be on the mat, perhaps palms facing up. And then slow down your breath. Another nice way to do this is to this same position, this same pose, but with the legs up against the wall. This is really nice to do at the end of the day, especially those of you that are on your feet all day. Slow down your breath here, together with the posture and the slowing down of your breath. It's so nourishing and calming for your body, mind and soul. I'm going to hang out here for a few breaths, but if when you're doing this practice at home, I encourage you, if you have the time, to perhaps hang out for at least 5 to 10 minutes and really slow down your breath. Be curious about the thoughts running through your mind. Know that it's okay to stop, to take a moment just to reset. As I said before, if you don't have half an hour, then just take a minute and take as many minutes as you need throughout the day. If you're feeling stressed or anxious, if you need a bit of clarity of your mind. Sometimes I've done this when I've been in a busy crowd or a busy work situation. I've just even gone to the bathroom and just taken 5 to 10 deep breaths. Gained a bit of clarity, gained a bit of calmness, and then carried on with my day. So just for the purpose of this little clip, I'm going to gently come out of my inversion. Feel free to stay here longer or press pause on the video clip. Remove the prop from underneath you if you have one. Place the feet on the mat hip width distance, the knees are bent, the arms are just down by your side, so the fingertips are just roughly skimming the heels, a rough guide. We're all different body shapes. On the breath in, reach back with the arms, feel the upper body stretch. And on the breath out, bring the hands down by your side, pressing into the feet and the palms as you just lift up for a bridge. Engage the glutes. Roll onto the shoulders or roll them underneath if it's part of your practice, interlacing the fingertips and then pushing yourself up a little bit higher. Make sure the knees are pointing upwards and forwards. Take one more breath here. And then just with control, being mindful, rolling the shoulder blades under, just come down. As each vertebra lands, just let it press down into the mat softly. And let everything just soften as it lands back down. Soften the shoulders, the backbone, the hips and the glutes. Just pigeon toe the feet out so that they're nice and wide. Bring the arms overhead, micro bend the elbows so there's no tension in the shoulders. Take a breath in with the knees pointing up. As you breathe out, float them over to the left. A full inhale, a long exhale. Another breath in, let the breath go. Use your core to bring the knees back up and then windscreen wipe them to the other side. Feeling the twist here. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Another breath in, let the breath go. Bringing the knees back around to center. Give them another squeeze into your chest, perhaps a gentle rock from side to side, and then just roll over to your preferred side. Just in a little fetal posture. This again is a lovely, just comforting, nourishing, soothing posture. Imagine the breath just comforting the back of the body, almost like your breath was just a little reassuring hand on your shoulder blades. One more breath here, and then using that top arm to come up again, feeling free to stay down there for as long as you need. Coming up into a seated posture where we started, noticing how the mind and body's feeling now. Coming back into that equal breathing, samavriti. So making the counts perhaps a little bit longer, maybe inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Just do a few more rounds of those, sitting up nice and tall, softening through the shoulders. And just showing a little bit more compassion. So being gentle with yourself. If you catch yourself saying something mean or hurtful to yourself, forgive yourself and then choose a new thought that feels better, even if you don't believe it right away. Accept yourself exactly as you are. You're exactly where you're supposed to be at this point in time. And trust yourself. Know that you're amazing. You're a wise person. And know that the world is blessed to have you. Let's place one hand on our heart and one on our belly. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. A big letting go sigh out the mouth. Another breath in. Let the breath go. Bring your hands to your heart space. Remember that intention, that quality that you wanted to keep when you stepped off your mat or wherever you are. And as we seal our practice, I invite you to ask yourself, how can you be gentle with yourself? Ask yourself, how can you feel a little softer? How can you make your experience of the world a little softer right now? And as we take our deep inhale in, let the breath go. Remind yourself of your intention. And know, as many times as you need to take those little pockets to reset, to calm, to refresh, and to focus. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you feel a little bit calmer, a little bit more focused as you either start your day, wind down for your day, or have got a bit of the day yet to go. Take as much time as you need throughout the day, and I'll see you in the next one. Many blessings from me to you. Namaste.
Thank you for joining us for Stretch and Flow with Rashi. We hope you've enjoyed the class. Please subscribe and make sure if you have any questions, please send an email, get in touch some way. Once again, thank you and have a great day.